So throughout the years, Russell Westbrook has been one of the more polarizing figures in the NBA. Most fans are very opinionated on him one way or another. And for a long time, the debate was who's better between Steph Curry and Russell Westbrook. You look back to that 2013-2014 season where Russ really started to kick on. I think he had 28 points per game. He was really dominating. He'd already been to one NBA Finals, lost out, of course, to Miami Heat in 5, and was really coming into his own athletically. He was just a monster. There's no way that anybody could have stopped him on the court. 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", whatever he is. He was just a wrecking ball, especially in the fast break. He didn't have a jump shot, but at the time, it really didn't matter. Again, he's scoring 28 points, eventually goes on to 2 triple-double seasons with both the Thunder and then in 2020 with the Washington Wizards. Incredible player. But the entire time all this is going on, I'll be honest, I'm a big Steph Curry fan. And I felt like I was really going against the grain, especially looking back in 2013, 2014, defending Steph Curry over Russell Westbrook. I would say Steph Curry is much more efficient. He's going to be able to continue this form into the postseason where we've seen these dominant athletic guards who rely really much on their body for their success, like we've seen with Russell Westbrook, with Derrick Rose, now Ja Morant. Guys that are very athletic, that have that bounce. We don't usually see that transition over into the playoffs when you're playing better teams, therefore better defenses, and also you're getting less foul calls. So you have to change your game a little bit. And then Steph Curry, meanwhile, going in, 3-pointers are going to be there all year round, especially with Steph Curry and that Warriors offense that just find a way to construct the best opportunities, best 3-pointers for Steph Curry as possible. So again, I was so much on the bandwagon that Steph Curry was better than Russell Westbrook for a long time. I'll be honest, a Russell Westbrook hater. I slandered the man on a regular basis. Because I felt so much the other way, and I felt like I was screaming against a wall half the time because I was the only person who I felt like I'm the only one who's right in this instance. That I was, like I said, I'll be honest, I was a Russell Westbrook hater. And now you look into 2023, Russell Westbrook just averaging over 15 points a game, actually 15.9 points per game, 7.5 assists, 6.2 rebounds, 42% from the field, 30% from three-point range. He is most certainly a shell of himself from when he was on the Thunder. Still doesn't have a ring. He has the MVPs, of course, and he's an incredible player that we've now seen start to trickle off towards the end of his career. Meanwhile, Steph Curry, he's got those 4 championships. He's got the MVPs. He's got now the finals MVP. It's clear that conversation has been over for a long time, that Steph Curry is without a doubt the better guard than Russell Westbrook. I would like to push forward that I think now the hate has gone too far in the other direction for Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook obviously isn't the guy he once was. And when he's being paid $40 million like he has been in the last few years, $4 million a year, really burdening the Lakers with that contract, it makes sense from Laker fans' perspective as to why they hate him so much, because he is taking money that can be spent on bringing in other guys. They passed up on guys like DeMar DeRozan, Buddy Hield to stick with Russell Westbrook. I 100% understand Laker fans' dismay with Russell Westbrook. I get it. But the rest of the NBA world, it really much is kicking a man while he's down. This is not who Russell Westbrook is. This is not prime Russell Westbrook. 2022 on the Lakers again, 16 points a game. Now moving over to the Clippers, me splitting time with Reggie Jackson. But again, you look back to that 2014 season, 34.4 points per game, 2 triple-double seasons. Undoubtedly a Hall of Famer in my opinion. But he is not the guy who he once was. And that is perfectly fine to say. It just seems really cheap and really low to now see everybody start to change their tune and start to hate on Russell Westbrook. I was hating on him when he was in his prime. That I feel like that's okay. When you're looking at a player who is at the top of the pedestal, on the top of their career, and you're pointing out things wrong with them, that's more than fine. But the harassment this man has seen and gotten in person, I mean, he's not bringing his family to games because of how people treats him, and they don't want to see people. He doesn't want to see doesn't want to let his family see people disrespecting their father, the husband, like the fans have been. He doesn't want his family to see the Westbrook name drawn through the mud like it has been. And it really, really has been. And it's really disgusting to see. It's really gotten too much. You see him now. Yeah, back then he had fire, he had fights. Man, he just wants to be happy right now. You see him, he's smiling. It was kind of cringy. You saw the video where LeBron's like, let's be selfish. Let's keep going. And Russ is just there like, come on, man. Let's just have fun. Whatever happens, win, lose, or draw, let's have a good time, enjoy. So yeah, of course, that was a little bit cringy. I well understand that. But you can see his mindset has shifted. He knows he's not the player he once was. He's not trying to be the player he once was. He's trying to be all that he can be. He's not a great jump shooter. Yeah, he takes too many jump shots. He's not a good 3-point shooter. Yeah, he takes too many 3-pointers. Not the best of the free throw line. He understands that. He still takes probably too much. It happens. But he's at the point of his career, from what I can see, he's just trying to enjoy himself and enjoy the rest of his career and see what happens. He joins the Clippers right now. They're the 4th seed. The West every single year has been wide open. The Nuggets, lead the West right now. Does anybody trust the Nuggets? I know Nikola Jokic probably going to win his 3rd MVP, averaging a triple-double, is the best player in the NBA. All these great things. Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon. He's upset they got snubbed from the All-Star game. There's a lot to like about the Denver Nuggets. I just don't trust them. I don't believe they can get it done. I will believe it when I see it every single year. We have seen the Denver Nuggets climb themselves up to the top or near it and then lose in the second round, sometimes the first round, in ceremonious ways. I think they have one conference final appearance. They're not a team that I believe in. I will believe in when I see it. So therefore, everybody in the West who makes the playoffs, outside maybe of a couple teams that get in through the playing games, 1 through 6, there's some talented rosters. Sacramento, most points in the NBA right now. They have the ability to put it together and win a few series. I don't think they're going to win the finals. I don't think they're going to make the finals, but they can score with anybody. And like I said with Russell Westbrook, that starts to go away once you get to the playoffs. So, probably going to see Sacramento start to crash a little bit. Not a lot of experience there in the entire organization, let alone on the court. So Russell Westbrook joining the Clippers. You have Paul George. You have Kawhi Leonard that's won 2 championships, that's won a NBA Finals MVP, that at one point was in the top 10 players of all time discussion. And he's not going to have to carry the load even at his own position with Reggie Jackson. He has another dominant guard with him. He doesn't have to be going 100 miles per hour the entire time. He is going to be able to dial it back, especially for the rest of the regular season. And maybe he'll have a little bit extra in the tank that he never had when he was with the Thunder, when he was with the Rockets, when he was with the Wizards briefly, once they get to the playoffs. And then you need a little bit extra. You need to change your game a little bit. That athleticism that was helping this whole entire way, that started to dwindle off. And then you still try to rely on that. And it's still not enough. It's still not enough to get them over the top. It hasn't been with him. It hasn't been when he was with the Thunder. It hasn't been his entire career. But kicking man when he's down, that's something that I can't really ever get on board with. He's seemingly a really good dude. He's never been, the controversy he's had, quote unquote, is mostly been on court stuff of him going back and forth with players. Everything I've seen from him on and off the court has been nothing but superb, as far as I can remember. And, I don't know the guy personally, so I can only say so much on his character and who he is. But everything I've seen has been positive, has been enlightening, and has been, especially recently, the smiles he's had on his face, despite where he is in his career and despite all the slander he's taken. I now want to root for the guy. I now hope he has success. I hope, I'm a Miami Heat fan. Like I said, I like Steph Curry, so I have some love for the Warriors. If it's not either of those two teams, I would very much like to see Russell Westbrook get that ring. He's chasing happiness. He's chasing joy. And we've seen him win the MVPs. We've seen him at the top. And now we're seeing someone who is a shell of that player. But if he's able to get that championship, I think that'd be perfect for him just to leave the league right there and retire, go off into the sunset. You've made so much money. You've had so much experience. You've played with so many great players. Right off into the sunset. Enjoy the rest of your life. I hope this happens for him. I'm rooting for him, which is words that I never thought I said. And I really want to see the best from Russell Westbrook for the rest of the season and for the rest of his career.